Okay, so this is a demonstration on how one would perform device fingerprinting. So, similar as before, we're dealing with 4 packet capture files. On the top left, we have Firefox on Ubuntu. On the top right, we have Firefox on Windows. On the bottom right, we have Chrome on Windows. And on the bottom left, we have Microsoft Edge on Windows. So we're dealing with 2 different types of devices or operating systems, Windows and I guess Ubuntu Linux. So those are the 2 devices we'll be trying to distinguish. And similar to before, we were analyzing, I guess, the HTTP file to distinguish between browsers. In this case, we can analyze the Internet Protocol version part to see exactly what type of device we're dealing with. So for the first thing we can check is the TTL, or essentially the time to live. So according to this website, the default values for a Linux or Mac OS system is 64, and for Windows it's 128. So what we'll do here is we'll be looking at the TTL values for these initial SYN packets. So for example, if we go on Firefox on Ubuntu, we can see that we are in the IPv4 part of the frame. And if we actually take a look, we can see our TTL value here is 64, which corresponds to the website shown earlier. And then, as we can see here on Windows, we have a TTL of 128, which does correspond to the website as well. And if we take a look here on the other Chrome on Windows again, we have a TTL value of 128. Uniquely on Firefox on Windows, it turns out we're actually using IPv6 instead of IPv4. So there is no specific TTL value listed here. But again, another Google search will tell you that Firefox on Windows uses IPv6 if it's supported by the network. So in this case, IPv6 was supported. So by default, Firefox on Windows will transition to IPv6 if possible. One more possible way to perform device fingerprinting is to take a look at the window sizes for each of the different capture files. So first thing to know is, according to this, that the default TCP window size is limited to 65,535 bytes, at least for Windows. So if we take a quick look here, we can see that on all the window capture files, on all the window packet capture files, we can see that this has a default window size of 65,535. Similarly down here on the Chrome window, 65,535. Similarly over here on Edge, we also have 65,535. However, on the Ubuntu Kali file, we have a window size of 32120, which I'm assuming it could be a custom window size. But if not, if it is, then this is probably an indication that it is a Linux device.